Shannon with American Mining Rights Association. We're going to shoot another video for you today. We hope you enjoy on prospecting. But just briefly, go out and check us out on AmericanMiningRights.com and on Facebook under American Mining Rights. We're out there fighting for your rights every single day. Make sure that you've got access to your public lands. They're not owned by the government. They're owned by you, and those people work for us. So anyway, we're up here in the heart of the mother lode. Right now we're just out of a place called Howland Flats, and we're heading down the canyon to get back out and go up to LaPorte. But we got to run down and get my GPS because the little handheld Garmin that we had, we're picking up a claim for our members, which you can join us, by the way, $200 tax deductible donation. You can get access to all of our claims. Why give the money to the IRS when you can give it to your own legal fund? So anyway, John and I were filming that video yesterday, and when I was sitting down, I slid down a rock, and that damn Garmin GPS popped off the side of my belt, and it fell on the ground. We looked all day yesterday for it, and when we downloaded the videos up at our buddy's cabin last night, we could see on the video that when we started that close of the video, it was on my hip, and when I slid down and stood back up, it was gone. So we know exactly where it is. So we gotta, unfortunately, hike back up that river and go get that damn Garmin this morning. So anyway, what we're doing today is we're heading out of here. We've been here 2 days mining. We found some pretty good gold, and we're heading up over to the Feather River. And we have another friend of ours that went in there and he mined it for a few days and got excellent gold. I mean, really, really good gold. So we're heading over there to pick up some claims in that spot for you guys, and we'll be shooting that and showing you how we mine that. So anyway, we're going to kind of beat down this rough road. We got the dirt bikes on the back, and we'll catch you probably over at the dam out of LaPorte or something. So we'll see you in a bit. It has been a very eventful morning. I don't know if you can see, my door doesn't close right anymore, and the bottom of it smashed in. We had a little episode, and our maps were pretty sketchy. They aren't very detailed, but to be honest, and I take full responsibility, when I drew this stuff up by candlelight last night, I actually highlighted the wrong section on the map, and so John and I have been driving for 4 hours until finally we got the laptop with the power inverter, charging the battery, and we finally figured out where to go, and we've came back, and now we're actually where we want to be. We're about a mile from the what is it, the south fork of the middle fork of the Feather, some weird crap like that. Anyway, we're where we want to be. We've got the bikes unloaded. Of course, as soon as we try to do that, I dump the bike. It's just been a really crappy morning, guys. We did find the Garmin, which was a great benefit to us, but then destroying my tailgate is a downside. So we think that we should be rewarded today. So let's go down there and let's go find some gold. We'll see you down there.
I was born and raised in California. Spent a little time.
Well, we were trying to find the trail, but I think this is the easiest way to go. Sometimes you gotta get wet.
They never seem to have enough time. Too busy living to live life right. It's always on to the next big thing. And up in that city by the bay, you couldn't pay me enough to stay. I never got what the big deal was anyway. That's not where I call home. I need a little room to roam. I guess that big city life just ain't the life for me.
Well, guys, we've come downstream a little ways, and as John was mentioning, we didn't really have any choice. There's no trails, there's nothing, there's no way to get through there, so we just jumped in the creek and walked down. But we're on a huge inside bend gravel deposit here, and we noticed that down behind me we could see some exposed bedrock, so we're going to bust down to there we think this might be still portion of our buddy's claim, Philip. So we'll have to get his boundaries and see where those are at, and then we're gonna either go up or downstream from there. But I think John and I are gonna try to get down to this bedrock down below us, maybe bust out a couple of cracks and stuff. If not, maybe we'll toss a couple of boulders and pan underneath there, but we'll check it out. But take a look at that bedrock down there.
Things we used to do. Man, those were the good old days. We couldn't wait for summer to come. We'd head out when the chores were all done. Running wild through the countryside.
Good.
We were young and having fun. Swimming in them truly canals. Getting sunburned and just hanging out. Cruising through town on the way back home. Just to see if there was anyone around. And we'd go fishing all night long. Bullfrog singing from dusk till dawn. Sometimes we just lay back and watch the stars with the radio on. That's still the place that I call home. 'Cause we got small towns and farmland. Folks who still make a living with their hands. Where I come from, a man is still a man. Where I live, people know your name. They ask how you've been and they're always glad you came. You can sit down just to talk about old times. That's my California.
Well, guys, give me an update here. I hope the sound's coming through on that. We're right in the middle of the river here. We probably hiked down, I'm going to say a third of a mile, maybe a half a mile. Had to walk right down the middle of the river because it's so steep. There's no trails. And we've done some test panning right in the middle. What's really unique about this river is it reminds me a lot of the Santiam, the little North Fork of Santiam up in Oregon, is it creates these pockets, these holes in the middle of the river, in the middle of the bedrock that are just full of material. I got to admit, I think that this claim, it's definitely a dredge claim, and not a lot of bedrock cracking here, although on the bend up there was some pretty good tree root digging. But for a 3-inch high banker combo, if you could dredge and stick the nozzle in all of these holes along here, I think you do really good. We just noticed down here below us that John will pan down to in a second, a real nice crack that's behind this boulder that's about half the size of a house. So water comes busting down through here, and when it's flooding, obviously the gold's moving, it hits this giant boulder, and these giant boulders here creates all this disturbance, and it'll drop that material on the backside, and you'll see there's a crack running back in there with some pretty good sized rocks in it. So we're going to go dig that out. We'll see what that holds. If that doesn't have a whole lot of gold, we're probably going to turn around and then go back upstream, probably a half a mile, 3/4 of a mile. So we'll catch you down here. decided to do is we did a little test sample off the back side of this hole in the bedrock, and we've got all these boulders up ahead of us or upstream that create all of this turbulence. And this hole is about that big around, and it's full of pretty good sized rocks. Some of these things are actually quite large, but we're going to dig this stuff out. We're just going to punch it straight down to the bottom. We're not even going to mess with the top because we panned a little bit of this, had some fine gold, so we know it's collected gold. But we're going to just dig this thing down and save you the trouble of sitting there watching us do it.
Well, as you can see, we dug her out, got to the bottom, and we come up with a lot of black sand and basically nothing. It really surprised me that we didn't find something at the bottom of this hole. I could see where something was rusting, a piece of metal, but other than that, no gold. We're going to shoot upstream, hope we can find a better spot. Check out this big hole. We're all along here. Here's another one. When it gets dredge time.
Okay guys, well, we kind of got a late start in here, and you know, we panned all along in here and we just kept kind of sucking everything up, and we threw it all in the pan just as an accumulation of the day. And we probably did the best digging in some of the roots, but the problem that we've got is we got Philip that had the claim right here in the middle, so we went way downstream and then we came way back upstream. And we've got a spot right above us here that's probably one of the best looking dredge holes that I've seen. But we wanted to show you what we got here. So there's still a little black sand in this, but hopefully, John, you can pick that up. That's some decent stuff. Well, you kind of got to get out of here. We're running low on fuel in the truck, and we got, I don't know how long till we hit civilization or the nearest gas station. We got a quarter of a tank left. We got some gas from the bikes, and we may siphon that out. But anyway, I think we'll go ahead and pick up this claim. We hope you learned something about digging in those holes. And I tell you, both of us were shocked when we dug out that one rock hole. That was probably 4 feet deep, and it had nothing in it. And you know, and that's just the way sometimes happen. Like I say, the best gold that we found was in the tree roots on inside bends. And this pool behind me looks like it's over 100 yards long. And I'd sure like to put a 6-inch dredge in here, but we'll pick up this claim, and I think you guys will really like it. Access to this claim is a little bit difficult. You know, if you got a quad, you can ride right down to the river down here, but hiking through this crap, these log jams and everything else kind of stinks. So anyway, I'm Shannon. That's John behind the camera there. We really need you guys to join us. Help us fight this fight for you. So we're American Mining Rights. Check us out at AmericanMiningRights.com, and we'll see you next time.